Hi, my name is Juan. I'm a visual designer at Google, and I'm from Dominican Republic, especially from a small town in DR where I don't have access to internet. My passion for computer and internet was very, very high that every day after school, when I get home, I take my CPU and put it in my head and walk more or less 1 mile to connect to this small lab because this was the only location in my town where I can get access to internet. And the first thing that I do when I went to the lab was open googlesearch.com and just find tutorial about how to use Photoshop, how to use the software that people in that time used for design. And I remember that was very fun to me. I'm an immigrant. I remember I moved to United States like 10 years ago, and I can find job in design because first struggle, I can speak English. Even now, probably you need to use subtitles to understand me well because even now I can speak English very well, but I try. As immigrants, when we came from our country to United States, the first idea that we have in mind is just apply in fast food. I remember back 10 years ago, when I moved to Connecticut, I went to multiple fast food places and I never get a job. And my first job experience in the United States was cleaning toilet in a hotel. I really love that job. I never imagined that years later, I'm gonna start my first career in design. How I get from working from a hotel, doing housekeeping work, into Google is interesting. It's a crazy and interesting journey. I apply in others design in a studio, and I learned a lot doing draft or rough design for digital agencies. And after a couple of years working on the industry, I just studied by myself using Google search to find how you Photoshop, how you internet, how you freehand, and all the design software. And after that, I remember that a friend suggested me like, hey, I think you should work for Google. You have the potential to work for Google. But at that time, I don't believe that I can work for Google because I never went to college. All the design thing that I know, I learned by myself. She recommended me. I didn't get the job. I didn't pass the second call from the interview process. Year later, the recruiter contacted me and because they think that I could be a good fit for the company. I received an email, hello from Google. And that was really interesting because in the beginning, I thought that was a spam. But I decided to open because I'm curious. And when I read the email where the recruiter say, hey, we believe that now you could be a good fit for the company and we want to have a call with you. Are you still want to work for Google? Of course, I was very nervous. I can't believe that I was reading that email that Google want to have a call with me. I feel very important. And of course, after 10 minutes, after take a deeper breath, I decided to answer the email. And I answered, and the recruiter was very humble. They made me feel important. They was very friendly with me. And this kind of interaction made me feel more confident. Then I moved to the second step of the interview with a visual designer, where that person was asking me questions about how I design, what is my design process. They try to understand how I work. And the next step was go to the office and have an interview in person with 8 people. That was very intimidating to me. Again, especially that I don't speak English, but I prepare myself. I have a problem with my language, but I know that I was good in my design. I feel confident with that. And what I did amazing presentation with a lot of interaction because I want to show them all my potential. And then I received the call that they want to hire me. I really like to share this because sometimes we don't believe that we can go far. And me, that I came from a village or a small town in the Caribbean without internet access and now working for Google is something that made me feel proud.
Congratulations on finishing this course from the Google UX Design Certificate. You can access the full experience including job search help and start to earn your certificate by clicking on the icon or the link in the description below. Watch the next video in the course by clicking here and subscribe to our channel for more from upcoming Google career certificates.